Welcome back to Film Crate Media. Today we are along the Pottstown Industrial Track down on Keim Street at the Transload Facility. H49s are local today with a Jeep 38-2 5313 and X-Redding 3001 is sitting back in the yard. This particular local comes down to this yard about 3 times a week, switching out empties for loads for the transload facility. The section of track today, known as the Pottstown Industrial Track, is one of 2 remaining portions of the ex-Pennsylvania Railroad Schuylkill Division, later Schuylkill Branch. This particular portion here in Pottstown is roughly 3 miles long and serves the transload facility as well as a couple other businesses. This portion is still very much active, unlike the larger portion that is still intact, from roughly Temple all the way up until Hamburg, which Reading and Northern typically uses as a storage track now. I got a kick out of the one tank car. If you look closely, you see Charlie Brown saying good grief and then Snoopy dancing on the other side of SNL there. There goes the conductor there, getting ready to cut another car or two. Now those hard stops there are something you don't really see very often, but sometimes you'll see it in flat switching yards, especially small ones like here. They're doing what's called kicking cars. What happens is the conductor will close the airline and uncouple the car just as the train's coming to a stop, so that one car or 2 cars will keep on rolling and the rest of the train will stop. and it's a little bit faster of a way to shuffle the cars around. If you look closely in this shot, you can see the one car rolling back to the other cut of cars back there. On the other end of that string is 3001. You can barely see it. Now, given that these are mostly tank cars in this transload facility, I'm willing to bet most of the cars they're kicking around are empties. I don't think they would take that risk with loads. As you can see, Clem's back on board as they shuffle back for another cut. Now at this point, they're pretty much finished switching cars at the Keim Street Transload Facility. So they're going to pull out, conductor's going to lock up the gates, and they're going to get ready to head out on the main. There's 3001 taking up the hind end, which is eventually going to be the head end on their way back to Reading. Here's a pacing shot of Norfolk Southern GP 40-2 3001, which is one of the only, if not the only, ex-Reading locomotives on Norfolk Southern's roster. Now here I got caught at a red light at Hanover Street, and I actually beat the train by a solid 5 minutes. That was a really long light. And I was just watching in my rearview mirror as he crept up on me. And here we see him going across Hanover. Now here's one more pacing shot. And here they go up the fairly steep grade back up to the Harrisburg line. I'm not sure exactly what the grade is, but I'd be willing to bet it's close to about 3%, which is fairly steep. So then what they did was they pulled out onto the main, and then with 5313 headed down to Linfield, where there was a bad-ordered car, and they picked that up. So I just waited here at Pottstown Station for their return. And here they are, heading westbound back to Reading with 3001 in the lead. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time here on Film Crate Media.